Francophone Africa votes as a bloc.
As the African Union Commission, AUC, elections draw closer, political dynamics are shifting, and various analysts have begun speculating about the potential outcome. One such voice
Dynamics of electing leadership for Africa Union
is Mukisa Kituyi, a former UN official and former Secretary General of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD. He has recently made remarks predicting that Raila Odinga will lose the AUC chairperson race, citing two key reasons. However, are these claims factual, or are they simply political assumptions? In this piece, we critically analyze and debunk Mukisa Kituyi's arguments with historical facts and the current African political landscape. Mukisa Kituyi, two arguments against Raila's chances. 1. Francophone countries will not vote for a non-Francophone candidate. Kituyi claims that historically, Francophone nations have never voted for an Anglophone candidate and will automatically vote against Raila. 2. SADC has thrown its weight behind the Djibouti candidate. He argues that Southern African Development Community, SADC leaders, have already endorsed Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Djibouti's foreign minister, making it difficult for Raila to gain support from that region. Now, let's critically analyze these claims, starting with the first one.
I've been told I promised otherwise, but traditionally, and I've seen this in the UN system where I worked for 8 years, Francophone Africa votes as a bloc when there's an election. And it's extremely difficult normally for Francophone Africa to vote as a bloc for a non-Francophone speaker if and when there is a Francophone speaker, French speaker among the candidates.
Mukisa Kituyi's first claim is historically inaccurate. While it is true that Francophone countries have tended to support Francophone candidates, this pattern is not absolute.
There could be no reason to say.
In 2012, we saw a major political shift that proved Francophone nations can vote for a non-Francophone under the right conditions. In 2012, South Africa's Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, Anglophone, defeated Debunking, Francophone Gabon, to become the first woman to chair the AUC. The election was initially deadlocked because Francophone countries stood by Djibouti. But after intense political lobbying and shifting dynamics, Dlamini Zuma won. Key takeaways from this election. Some Francophone countries publicly declared support for her and followed through. The idea that Francophone nations will never vote for an Anglophone is a myth. A few examples of heads of state from Francophone countries who have publicly endorsed Raila Odinga's AUC bid. Unlike previous elections where Francophone leaders were silent or divided, this time some have publicly endorsed Raila. Leaders like Bassirou Faye, Senegal. A straightforward, principled leader, he is unlikely to announce support for Raila publicly, only to betray him in secret. Kais Saied, Tunisia. A bold leader known for standing by his word, his endorsement carries weight. Algeria. Another country that values diplomatic integrity, making it unlikely they would publicly endorse Raila and then do the opposite. If history repeats itself, as it did with Dlamini Zuma, then Raila has a real chance of winning, despite Kituyi's claims. Political dynamics shift, and past voting patterns are not permanent. Do you think leaders like Bassirou Diomaye Faye would risk their credibility by making a public endorsement and then voting differently? If Francophone leaders publicly backed Dlamini Zuma and she won, why wouldn't the same happen for Raila? Now let's analyze claim number 2, the SADC factor. Ladies and gentlemen, and to all our LifeLens TV viewers, welcome back. At LifeLens TV, we are not in the business of taking sides. We are here for the truth, to separate facts from fiction and to ensure that misinformation does not take root. That is why today we are taking the time to fact-check Mukisa Kituyi's misleading statements regarding Raila Odinga's bid for the African Union Commission, AUC chairperson position. Now, Mukisa Kituyi, a former UN official, a man who should be well informed, stood on the NTV Kenya platform and made a claim that is outright false. He said,
Remember, SADC has apparently thrown its weight behind the candidate from Djibouti. And when Ramaphosa makes that statement, he's speaking for more than South Africa.
But is that true? Absolutely not. Mukisa Kituyi is living in fake news. We are not here to attack anyone, not even Mukisa Kituyi. But should we just sit back and allow misinformation to spread? This claim about SADC backing Djibouti's candidate did not originate from Kituyi himself. It was part of a well-orchestrated fake news campaign that started on May 2, 2024. A Kenyan social media user posted a fabricated quote claiming that South African President Cyril Ramaphosa had declared, "Our position is the position of SADC, which met and agreed on Mahamoud Yusuf as the region's candidate." Now, I know my viewers, you all love facts. So here is the evidence that this was fake news. 1. Africa Check website, a respected fact-checking organization, flagged the post as false just hours after it started making rounds. 2. On May 5, 2024, the official page of the South African presidency released a statement debunking the claim. 3. The South African government went as far as calling it a fake news alert, warning the public to verify any information from official government sources before believing or spreading it. The statement reads, and I quote, "Fake news alert. A fake news poster with a quote attributed to President Cyril Ramaphosa has been circulating on some online platforms. Please be reminded to always verify facts with official The Presidency of the Republic of South Africa platforms." So tell me, if this claim was debunked by South Africa itself, why is Mukisa Kituyi still using it as his argument? And here's what shocks me the most. NTV Kenya allowed him to say this on their platform without correcting him. The reality is, SADC has not officially endorsed Mahamoud Yusuf. This was a false narrative designed to confuse the public. Now, dear viewers, I leave it up to you. If a major news outlet like NTV Kenya allows misinformation to go unchallenged, what does that tell us? Wishing all candidates the best. At LifeLens TV, we are committed to the truth. We are not here to promote one candidate over another. We simply believe that facts matter. So, as the AUC elections approach, we wish all candidates the very best. Kenya's candidate, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, Baba. Djibouti's candidate, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mahamoud Ali Yusuf. Madagascar's candidate, Richard Randriamandrato, former Foreign Minister. Whoever wins, Africa wins. Because Africa is our business and we must protect it from misinformation. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's episode. At LifeLens TV, our mission is clear. We fact-check, we analyze, and we bring you the truth. No propaganda, no misinformation. If it's false, we call it out. If it's real, we bring you the facts. Did you find value in today's video? If you did, do me a favor, like this video. It helps push the truth further. Share it with others, because misinformation should never go unchecked. Subscribe to LifeLens TV and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next fact-checking episode. I'm Jennifer Harrison, your host, and this research was made possible by none other than Peter Tosh Williams. Until next time, Alhamdulillah, we've come to the end. See you in the next one.